Hi everyone. So we're back in the Fitting Salon talking about shoes, and actually today we're going to do a virtual try on of our new style, very exciting new style, the Daily Intention Plimsole. And it's kind of a bit of an unboxing, but the fun thing about this is it's an unbagging, right? Because we were able to send these shoes for the first time, really excited, without a shoebox. Which is just one of the many great innovation stories in these excellent sneakers that we've been able to create. So let's, without further ado, unbag them. Now, if you've been following along the story, you'll know that these shoes, we've called them Daily Intention because they're the first step, or one of many steps that we've taken in the business, getting greater transparency on the raw materials that are used to manufacture our shoes. This shoe has been manufactured using organic cotton that is GOTS approved, and also, most excitingly, we've used recycled FSC mixed recycled rubber outsoles. Now, these outsoles are actually recycled from playgrounds and tires, which is, I think, so great, and it's a testament to how bouncy they are. But before I get too deeply into the shoe, it's worth talking a little bit about the new factory that we've been able to work with for the production of these shoes, because it is a new factory. They're based in Sri Lanka. They were established in 1962. It's a really incredible business. They're called D. Sampson Industries, and innovation just runs through everything that they do. And it's not just in the production of the shoes, but actually even in their warehouse themselves. They've used or in the factory, like they've used their warehouse as a solar panel plant. And it's such a big warehouse that, like, the number of solar panels they have, it's called a plant. Like, it's that big. And that actually generates 36,000 kilowatts of power every month, which they use to power the factory. And not only does it power the factory, but it actually offsets their carbon emissions as well by, I think it was 29,000 kilos a month offset. So not only is the make of this shoe itself quite interesting from a sustainability point of view, but also just the way that the factory is managed and run is also the ethics run right through the business. So there's lots of other stuff about the factory on the PDF that we made, which you can have a look at. But we're really excited, and it's actually a real privilege to be working with a factory like this because it's a very big factory. They don't normally take small orders, and we were able to, through some contacts, be able to source this. So it's a really exciting new project for us. But the most important thing is that they look awesome and they're really fun to wear. So let's get into the details of how, some of the little things that you might not see when you're looking at them online. The first thing is the embroidery. So we've done the little yes on the recorder, and there's also, this is my favorite, Hasten Slowly rainbow on the tongue embroidered. And you can see as well, we've got the yes, yes, yes printing on the insole board. And some of the questions we've been asked about this shoe are, do they still have removable insoles? And the answer is yes, they do. Now, the thing to note with these removable insoles is they are not athletic inner soles. They're a little bit of a different construction. They still have pitch, which you can see there, but they don't have the arch support. So if arch support is something that is important to you, we suggest buying the ones that we sell separately online, our leather ones that we sell separately online, because that is the athletic standard and it has a bit more support. It makes it gives you that arch support that I know is important for a lot of our customers. So that's one point. Now, we did have a couple of other questions about these shoes, thanks to Emma's amazing stories over the weekend. So we're going to answer those now. Now, the first question was, are they waterproof? No, they're canvas. So just like your Vans or your Converse or anything that's made from a textile, they're not completely waterproof. You're not going to get soaked if there's a shower. It's just the same as, any other canvas trainer. But you certainly would, because they're white, you certainly want to be waterproofing them quite regularly before you wear them, especially in autumn, kind of transseasonal time. Now, We did have a lot of questions about how do you keep them clean. They are actually, being a full textile product, they are machine washable. But when we talk about a shoe being machine washable, it doesn't mean that you're throwing it in once a week for a wash. It means you're doing it like once a year to get the upper back to its previous kind of, brightness. It's not something you want to be doing all the time, but it is possible. The other thing we would recommend, if having a really clean white trainer is important to you, or if it worries you, like when you look at that and you're like, oh, that's just like got dirty written all over it for me, just waterproof them regularly, like, every week, like more than full moon, like regularly. It's not going to hurt the shoe if you just do regular waterproofing, and in fact, it will protect the shoe and it makes them easier to clean and spot clean. Okay. Another question we had was, how supportive are they? So like I said, we do recommend, if support is something that's important to you, they feel great. They actually feel really good underfoot. They're bouncy. The rubber is really bouncy. It's probably got more bounce, I would say, than something like the Future. Which it feels really good underfoot. But the Insoles removable, so you could always put your orthotic in, or you could always change it to an athletic inner sole, like I was saying earlier. And I didn't talk about the yellow eyelets. Just jumping back. So if you've been following our brand for a while now, you might know that we use yellow a lot. We used to have yellow insole boards, but then everyone's feet became yellow, so we stopped doing that. So this is a little brand colour, and it was my mum's favourite colour. So it's a little homage to my mum. All right, last thing that I can share with you about this shoe. And one of the reasons that I actually held back on doing the virtual try on until this week was so I could see it on lots of different feet and get a sense of how they're fitting. They're running pretty much true to fit. I've had probably about 30% of people going up a size. The other thing that I would say has happened to about 30% of my test wearers is some people are finding the heels a little bit stiff. So they need a bit of warming up time. And actually, my friend Lauren from Ballet Season, who also helped to write the amazing PDF that we released with this, gave me a really good quote that I'm going to share with you to finish up today's virtual try on before we show it on the foot, because it's quite fun. Lauren said she likened it to the first wear to a first date, and it needs a little bit of warming up, is what she said. She said the shoes need a wee bit of small talk to loosen them up before you're walking on cloud 9. She said, we're not talking Doc Marten levels of foot carnage, more just to encourage you to ensure your first few wears come with a side of comfortable socks and a few walks to the local bakery before you wear them to climb Mount Everest. So it's a really radical way of saying they just need to warm up a bit. They will soften, and they have. And mine were a little bit stiff at the heel and they've softened up. So if you're having any concerns, just hit us back. But that's it in terms of the story of the shoes. And now I'm going to show you how I've been wearing them. All right, so we're going to put them on the foot, and I'm going to go back to the thing that we used to do where I actually properly put them on so you can see what they're like to get on the foot. Before we do that, I thought, just from a styling perspective, we've obviously put out the PDF. We've talked a lot already about this idea of this is part of a capsule that is like fashion that never goes out of fashion. So silhouettes that you can wear with lots of different garments in lots of different ways depending on your mood and how you want to dress. So for instance, I often wear the plimsolles with a man-style jacket, which I often wear a man-style jacket with lots of things. But it also, you can see, it's also how I wear Liberation loafers, which is what I had on earlier today before we started doing this. So anyway, I digress. I'm going to show them on the foot now. So I'm a size 37, which we talked about before. With me, see, they're slipping straight on. You can see there where the tongue's sitting. I like it nice and high. I like covering the foot the way it does. Put these guys on. And I've been wearing these cream trainers with a lot of yellow because obviously you've got the yellow accents, which I've already talked about too. But I do like them. I like them a lot with suit pants. which is obviously how we styled them as well. And wide leg, kind of 70s inspired silhouettes, which you can see here. So I love the contrast of a trainer with suit shapes, so Mansell pants, which is something we've talked about before and obviously shown in great detail on the video. Yeah, and I do like as well like a crop flare with this kind of style, because you can get to see the top line of the shoe. So that's it. That's our virtual try on for the Daily Intention Plimsole. It's online now. It's really beautiful and we're really proud of them, and I can't wait to hear your feedback. So tell us what you think. Stay radical.